Welcome to the How We Got Here Genealogy Happy Hour. I'm Brian Nash, your host as always, um, and I welcome everybody who's watching today. I'm streaming again both on horizontal and on vertical. Um, so, while you're waiting, I'm just getting ready to get started today for St. Patrick's Day, which is tomorrow. I'm going to talk a little bit about Irish genealogy. And specifically, I'm going to do some digging into my own family. So I want to make sure that you guys are there. And give me 1 second. I have to always make sure I turn off my phone because that's when somebody's going to call. Don't laugh. I've had it happen before. Okay. And okay, there we go. And I think I'm ready. Um, yeah, so I'm ready. Hey, welcome very much, and thank you very much for coming to How We Got Here Genealogy. I really want to welcome you today. Like I said, really appreciate it. If you're here today for the first time, hello, and thanks for dropping in. If you're a regular, that's great. I'm glad you're here. So if you're on the vertical, it might be a little off because I'm trying to just run it on one camera for vertical and horizontal. So it's where I'm at. Where I'm at is not always separate. I'm going to actually try to do something here. Um, so I have a couple little things, housekeeping things here. If you're here, if you want to just drop in the chat where you're chat from, that would be great. Um, okay, I wanted to pick something up here that I was working on. Make sure I have everything else closed on my websites that I don't need right now. And let me see here. I have one thing I'm going to do here. If you just give me one quick second, and then I'll be right back to you. Um, so okay, and oops, let me save that. I'm just making a quick update here to my stream. Um, and it's okay. There we go. Okay, so I think I'm ready to roll. Um, so I want to welcome you again to the How We Got Here Genealogy Happy Hour. Genealogy Happy Hour. In this, what I do is I usually sort of look at one subject and at the end I always have a spot where I answer your questions. And I better get my hat on, or you're going to get a glare off the top of my head while I'm here. So um, let's get going, get rolling, and I'm gonna say howdy to everybody there in the chat in 1 second. Um, if you are here, like I said, please drop in where you're watching from. It'd be great. We appreciate it. Leave a like if you'd like. If you're watching this on the replay, um, hello, historical events. You're on the Shining Coast Pacific. Oh, awesome. Pacific uh, Canada or the United States. Now, I don't know if you can see down in the corner, you'll notice there's two products listed there. I don't usually do a big sell, but I have this is my. I'd rather be drinking Guinness. It's my lager or IPA glass, and I have a coffee mug. But it's the same thing. The coffee mug is really I really enjoy it for work. Um, and ironically, since it is St. Patrick's Day and this is happy hour, I'm going to be enjoying it at Guinness. One of my favorite beers, not just on St. Patrick's Day, but all 365 days of the year. So ironically, I am going to be drinking my Guinness in the I'd rather be drinking Guinness glass. So I said today is St. Patrick's Day, so I'm going to okay, so you're in British Columbia. Awesome. So today I'm going to be talking Irish genealogy because it is St. Patrick's Day, and I'm going to specifically do it in relation to my family tree. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a quick run through on what I will be doing, and so okay, perfect, and of course that's not going to work like that for me quite yet. Okay, so you're going to see quickly in a second. I'm going to share my screen, so I'm doing it on horizontal, I'm doing it on vertical, and then you're going to see besides my nice blue Windows desktop, you should be seeing a little bit of a slideshow. This is on Irish family history. I do apologize. I probably won't be able to see your chat while you're on here, but I will try to answer your questions nonetheless. Actually, I'll just switch up my phone so I can see any of the chat. Let's see here. I apologize. That's okay. So I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to see my chat and perfect. Okay. So, yeah. So if you're here and enjoy this just a little bit, and I'm going to give you first a little bit of a run through on myself. So this is an Ireland map. This is pre-1900, and it's broken into some regions. And these this here is this is a little bit about my DNA. According to MyHeritage, I'm 78.7% Irish, Scottish, and Welsh. According to Ancestry, the latest update from Ancestry, I just actually updated this today. Got the updated today for the screen is 53% Irish, 37% Scottish, and 10% English. Don't believe the English at all. I think that might be some Scots that just wound up mingling with some English people in the north of England. Because my own family research of coming to Canada, all of my family came to Canada directly and came to Nova Scotia specifically, directly from Scotland on my mom's side and Ireland on my father's side. On my father's side, one branch of his family did take a detour in Newfoundland, but they came from Newfoundland over to Halifax. So I'm going to be looking at my father's family. It's my father, Vern Nash. He passed away almost just over 8 years ago now. And this is his parents, Edmund and Alice. Her maiden name was Ryan. You can't get too much Irish in that unless there was an O in front of it. So if you've watched some of my videos before, you'll see that I recently had a video about using fan charts. And fan charts are great just for this aspect of it. This here is the fan chart of my grandfather, going to out to 5 generations. So this should get me to his grandfather's grandfather. So I have my grandfather here, Edmund, and this would be his grandfather, his grandmother on his father's side, and likewise on his mother's side. I'm going to start today by looking at John Nash. John Nash would be my third great grandfather, and his wife is Margaret. Welch or Walsh, it's really kind of depending where you're looking at it. I've seen it both ways, as I'll show you in a second when we look at things. This is what I know about John. I know that he was a cordial merchant, which, despite which I thought for years, that meant he was just really friendly. No, he actually sold cordial. Basically, soda pop. This here is a picture of his building. This was, I believe, after he died. The company was still being run by my second great grandfather and my great grandfather. It was a family business for a while, and this is in Barrington Street in Halifax. And if you're from Nova Scotia, you ever been to Halifax? Basically, that is pretty much exactly where the Metro Center is, or I think they call it the Scotiabank Center now. The business ran until 1884. So I know that he was in Halifax. I know he was born in Ireland. So this is his son, my second great grandfather, Patrick. This is his death registration. He died on the 8th of July in 1895 in Boston, in Suffolk County, Suffolk area. That's a very Irish area. And you'll see here, this is my second great grandfather, Patrick W. Nash. And you'll see here, this is what is given. It talks about his birth, but then it has his father, John, and his, oops. I'm just going to go back there. It has his father, John, over to the right, and his mother, Margaret Welch, and it says Ireland and ditto marks. That's their place of birth. So, according to this and other records I have seen as well, he was buried. John was born in Ireland. I know that by 1842 he was in Halifax because I have a baptismal record from his son, John Jr., who happened to be the first Northwest Mounted Police officer that was killed in action. He was killed in action in 1873 in just outside of Edmonton. Anyways, this is his baptismal record from December 23rd, 1842. So he's killed in 1873. This is his baptismal record from 1842. You'll see his wife listed as Margaret Walsh here. If this is in the upper right-hand corner of this this registration, is there's sort of multiple people on here. His is in the second page in the top right-hand corner. So with Irish genealogy, these are just a few of the sites we're going to use. The first one is a site just called Irish Genealogy. It's what it is. It's a bunch of different useful tools that you can search. Also, the next two sites are from the Irish National Archives. It's the Irish Census and the Type Allotment Book. And I'll talk a little bit about them when I get in them. And then there's Roots Ireland, which is another site dedicated to Irish genealogy. Then I'll be using WikiTree, Family Search, as well as Ancestry, Interment.net, and I might use Roots Web. It has a few links there, and that I might need to delve into. So that's where we're going with that today. And as I just write that down, I'm going to go back to just the beautiful just me. So you'll be forced to look at my face. So if you're right now, we're like I said, we're going to go and we're going to talk a little bit about a couple of those sites. So I'm just going to bring them up and let me see here. So I'm going to go share my screen again. If you're on um, if you're on the vertical, I'm not going to share my screen with you just because I know it's a little hard to actually make out. So I'm going to just add this back. So this is irishgenealogy.ie. I'll just briefly share it with you there on the vertical. Um, okay, so basically here you have a few different things. You have church records, civil records, um, some research help, useful links, news, feedback. And 2006, this 2016 is a really good. 2016 family history is a really good source. There's lots of hints and tips and different things. It's open here um, about doing some family research in Ireland. Let me see where. There we go. So uh, that's where that is. So what were the other sites? I said we have the census site, and again, I'm just going to show this to you. So there's censuses from 1821 to 1851. They have the fragments, and they also have the 1901 and 1911 census. Um, and by fragments, I'm going to sort of show you. You go to I go to search census. Um, when it brings. So if I'm looking at the 1821, oh, actually, in 1911, you'll see there's a full list of counties in Ireland. If I go back to 1821, there's not the full list, and even within these ones, older ones, it doesn't have the full within the counties that they do not have all the records because the records had been lost. So that's where this tie allotment does. This is basically what happened is the Church of Ireland, which is basically the Anglican Church in Ireland. Um, yes, Guinness was founded by a Protestant. In fact, Os Guinness was one of the Guinness families is a famous missionary and Christian writer. And the whole Guinness family is very committed to missionary work over the years, and generally um, very generous to the community. And where they are, they've been they're big supporters of charities, mission work, and that type thing. So actually, I'm going to do a video sometime on the Guinnesses because there's a couple of interesting people there. Os Guinness is one that a lot of people don't know about, and he had a really interesting career as a missionary. So the type of plotting book. This is basically the Church of England, the Church of Ireland. They had basically registered everybody. This is before the famine, the Great Famine, or the Potato Famine, as it's called, and between 1823 and 1837, basically, the Church of England was the national church. Whether you belonged to it or not, you were supposed to tie to it. So they were taking basically in all the rural areas, they have all the records of people, so they can try to make sure that they're paying their due to the church. And this is good because they actually rebuilt this, and it's helped replace the census records that are some of the census records that are missing, in the sense that it gives you an idea of where people are and who are there. Unfortunate thing is it only has the heads of households. Um, So that can be an issue. Usually with Irish, um, the best place Irish research best place to start is actually going to looking at the church records, whether they be the Church of Ireland, the Catholic Church, or um, the Presbyterian Church in Ireland, which is the third biggest church group. Um, they have some good records again. They tend to not have been damaged at the National Archives that was destroyed in 1922. So because they weren't there, they were kept by the individual churches. So this time allotment books, they're really useful. It's a very similar thing when you search. You can search by county, um, and it'll give you the information. Again, you're not going to get a lot necessary, but you're going to get who they are and where they are. This could be helpful if you have a very unique name. Um, I know from doing this research before, I have not been able to determine exactly who my third great grandfather is in Ireland, um, because there's more than one John Nash married to a Margaret Walsh or Welch that I've been able to find in the church records. I can narrow down that some of them probably aren't right because they appear to be after he was in Halifax already. Um, okay, so the other things are, like I said, there's family search, there's the Irish record collection. Again, it's a lot of the same things. They also have some wills and some stuff there. This internment.net is just one I just found recently. They have a lot of cemetery records from around the world. So they have a section for Ireland, and um, roots of Ireland.ie. Again, it just has a bunch of different different things you can search. So I'm just going to actually, and then this is Roots Web, not to be confused. It's very old, and it, Roots Webs were from early days of the internet, and it was genealogy sites. Unfortunately, when I'm running, if I haven't noticed, my skin turns a tint of green because of the screen, so I tend not to have it. And then I have WikiTree, which I love, which I'll be using some of the information on my actual family inputting there as well, and in that they have a great list of places to look. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to go back to this Irish genealogy.ie. I'm going to start searching because of the civil records when they was post when my third great grandfather would have left Ireland. There's no use in me searching for that right now. If I trying to find him, if I was looking for some of his relatives that stayed in Ireland, then that would be a great place to possibly find a brother, a sister, etc. So we're going to start searching with church records. Now, I, I, I think from talking and doing a little bit of research, I know I'm definitely on one part of my dad's um, my dad's grandmother side, so the different side of the family. The groups that settled in Newfoundland first, they were from the Cork area, and I actually think that John Nash was either from Cork or Waterford, is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to just search for some church records, and we'll start with him. So we're going to look up John Nash, and do I want exact matches only? I'm going to say no at this point, and I'm not going to put a location. I'm going to put a year range. So he died in he was not, he was in the 1871 census, but it wasn't in the 1881 census. And I cannot find an actual death record for him, but that would tell me that he died somewhere between 1871 and 1881. And looking at a few other things, I would I would put in, looking at when he was had his son baptized, the age of his children. I would put his birth somewhere between 1810 and 1820, maybe. I'm thinking he probably came to Halifax in the late 1830s. So he was, I want to say 20, then we go 1819. So I'm going to actually search from 1800 to 1825 is where I'll start. And we're going to see what we can find on him. I think I'm not a robot. Thank you very much, Historical Events. Actually, I usually do a 24-hour fundraiser for Parkinson's on St. Patrick's Day because it is on a Sunday tomorrow. I'm not doing it because I'll be at church most of the day. So here we have John Nash. And again, I'm not positive on his location, but I do know that he's Catholic. So let's see what we can find. I'm going to look for a marriage record because I'm assuming he was probably married in Ireland, not necessarily just because his wife was born there, but I'm going to start with that, making that assumption that he was married there. So I'm going to start looking for a marriage record. So there's 8 marriage records. Oh, I actually want to change the dates because that's not a birthday if I'm looking there. So give me 1 second. I'm going to change the dates. I'm going to add in another 15 years, I think. Just let me modify this 1 second here. I'm going to go right up to 1840, actually. Just because that should give me, if I'm looking at marriage, and I'm probably not going to look at anything before 1820. Okay, so we look at marriage records. We have John Nash Flacca and Yanita Sullivan. So that's not who I'm looking for. Rose Duffy. So I'm looking for a Mary Walsh or Welch. Catherine Nash. Mary Nash. Okay. So let's actually do a little more, a few more options here. Because I'm getting different ones here. So I'm going to search, and we're going to go John, and we're going to go Nash. Again, I don't want exact matches, only new. I'm going to choose spouse, and I'm going to, and we're going to do 18 to 1840. So I'm going to search. And we're going to look for M star W star. I'm hoping it lets me use wildcards. I think it does. Let's see what it comes up now. So no results found. Okay. More search options. This is what I was talking about earlier. That that the Guinness family were Protestant Protestants, and Oz Guinness actually was a minister and a missionary. So, okay, so we're just going to search marriage from 1818. Actually, 1816. Let's go. 1816, 1840. I'm just going to search for last name Walsh. We're going to say spouse. I'm going to search. We'll check Welch if I don't find anything on this one. So we got John Nash and Mary Wall. Yeah, so they were married in 1850. So this is most likely not the person I'm looking for, considering his son, their son was baptized 8 years earlier. So let's go and we're going to go back to that and we're going to change that to Welch. Actually, well, it could be Welch as well. I've seen that. And names were, their different misspellings is very common. Okay, so we got Mary Walsh. Okay, so we got Catherine Nash, we got John Nash and Mary Walsh. Again, the 1850. Um, okay, so here we have Catherine Nash of Seatown. Yeah, it keeps coming up with this Mary, and it's either Mary or Margaret. So let's look up just John Nash, and we're going to do 1817 to 1840. Okay, let's go to 1800 to 1840. Oh, and um, so here, so we got John Nash of Capricorn, and we're going to just search marriage. John Nash and Mary McMahon of St. Barry. John Nash and Mary Hasina Sullivan. John Nash and Rose Duffy. And again, it is very possible that they were not married in Ireland. Okay, so actually, let's go and we're going to go to a search, and I haven't actually done this one. I should have tried this before. Um, I'm going to use historical records. I'm actually going to change this from Ireland, and I'm going to go to Canada. And I want to say Nova Scotia. Let's start with that. So let's look at Nova Scotia marriages, 1711 to 1909. And if that doesn't work, we'll search from some church records. So how's everybody doing today? Okay, so we're not finding any results. On Nash. We're going to search by place. We're going to browse all collections. Let's search on here, and then we'll try a couple of the other Irish places first. After honey. So we're going to look for birth, marriages, and deaths. We're going to look for Canada. We're going to do all Canada. It's possible I got married somewhere else and later moved to Halifax. I know his brother eventually moved to New Brunswick. And let's actually also look in Ireland here. Canada, Africa, Asia, continental Europe. Well, we're at it, we might as well get all of it. This is not continental. The United Kingdom and Ireland is separate. So we're going to look at Ireland. And North Ireland. And we're okay. So let's see here. If we go down, we're going to actually 1800 to 1849. So let's go to the last page where I'm probably going to do my Ireland births and baptisms. I'm looking actually for marriage. So let's look at I am signed in. So we're looking for John Nash. And again, we're looking for Mary or Margaret Walsh. So we're going to look for add a family member, we're going to add a spouse. And we're going to do Walsh. Let's check balls first. I bet you we'll just find the one in 1850. Why is that? That's not giving me. With Welsh. Father John Nash. Children John Nash. So who's yeah? Because it's possible that this might. John Nash married Bridget Ryan. Nope, that's the time period's wrong. There. I just want marriages. How do I narrow this down? Preferences. Oh, that's that. Search. Highland marriages. Oh, Nash. There's a Thomas Nash. I wonder if that's his brother. Let's just check. What years was 1854? I don't believe so, because I believe his brother was already in North America before then. Yeah, father-in-law, Mary Nash. Spells his father's name, John Nash. Okay, that's not who I'm looking for. So that's not doing me any good. Let's go back, and we're going to go to. Let's look at the ties, allotment, and see what we have. Again, he may or may not be there, depending on when he actually left. All I do know is that he left before 1842. Oops, search. I think I did that wrong. Nash, John. Search all counties. There we go. So I have several pages of Nash's. So there's 5 pages of Nash's. So there's 46 John Nashes. Some of these look like they're duplicates. Horse Island and Cork. Okay, let's go back to the first one. Like I said, I'm thinking he was in Cork or Waterford. 1833. these have all the years. So I have Ballyheen. There's a lot of John Nash and Cork and Ballyheen. And Ballyheen again, John M. Michael is a name in the family, John Michael. So let's just see what information this gives. John Nash. Where's John Nash? There's William Nash. John Nash. Okay, let's zoom this in a little. John Nash Esquire. Number of acres, value per acre, total acres, total amount, and equality. And it does not give me anything helpful, such as age. Okay. What year is this? Harrison Mallow. Okay. Back. Horse Island. Okay. I'm kind of looking to on that page if I'm finding a Walsh or a Welsh, just because often people married the people that were around. So this is May 1836. John Nash. There's Cornelius Sullivan there. Let's get a little closer. John M. Nash Esquire. Okay, so that's not really doing me a lot of good. Okay. Let me log in here. What do we find? We might be on a no, that's not let me. Okay, give me 1 second. I know I just set that up earlier, so I set up a new account here. So give me 1 second, why? Oh, realized why. I have my cap locks on. Okay, caps lock off there. There we go. So we're going to look for Nash John. And we're going to let's look for marriage records. We're going to look at 1835. And that's what I thought. This was a paid one. That's why I wasn't using it before. Okay, so I'm not finding anything on there. So I do have one more spot to look. What is here? Records. John Nash. There we go. Finding all kinds of things here. So let's look up a spouse, and we are going to go. Oh, Mary. Mary Hennessy. Colmaine. Rafferty Day. Sylvester Nash is actually a name in the family. So that could very well be a relation. Baptism. Actually, it's about 1835. 17, 1815, and baptism John Nash, 1809. In County Cork. Okay. So I'm seeing this Cathedral of St. Mary in County Cork come up a few times from him. There's how many records does 300 records. But there's this John Nash, same church. William Nash. Uh, 1871, nope. There's lots of possibilities here. See, this is what I mean. This is the hard thing when you're trying to find Irish people. When they have common names. I never knew Nash was such a common name until I started doing research on it. Okay. Let's do 100 per page and make my life quicker. Quickly scan. Okay. Mother. John Nash and Mary. This J and O Nash I have actually seen before. And this is John Nash, 1805. This census here, I think, is my John Nash. Let's look at the record here. Yeah, so this is, I believe, my John Nash. Let's see here, 1871. Original document there. Bridget and Francis. Now, his son had a daughter named that very well could be a pseudo relationship, as it says. Housekeeper. Okay. For relationship. He's widowed. I wouldn't have put him as a labor, but I don't think it's him. Let's go back. In fact, I need to look at him in the 18. I could look that in the census and give me an idea of his name there, his age. I look at actual Canada census. And Nova Scotia. '31, definitely older. Halifax, Ward 5. Yeah, I'm thinking. Let's search district is call Halifax. We'll modify. I think it is. Let's call Halifax. So let's see. Halifax City. Let's search. John Nash. Okay, that wouldn't be him. In 1881, he would not have been 31 years old. Because if I go to here, and I go to my family tree here, yeah. So he died in 95, in 1895 at age 53. The other thing in Boston, it said he was 46 at the time. Yeah, I just gave this one a rough estimate because I could not find it reflect for him. So let's see what we can find. I think Patrick was born in Halifax, for everything I know. So let's try to find. See, the thing is, he got married twice. Um, Joanna White would be his wife. Died in descent from, and she passed away, and they got married and then moved down to the States. Um, got married in Prospect, 1870. Okay. She died in 1875, so his son was born 1845, again in Halifax. Patrick was born, the other son was born in 1842 in Halifax. Then I know, yeah, I'm looking for, and he was born in Ireland. I know I'm looking for him. Again, whether his wife he got married in it there. So I have, so he was Patrick, the oldest, I'm assuming the oldest was John, born in 1842. Then I know that and that's the thing too. When I look through, I'm going to take a quick peek and I'm going to show you some of the family names. This is actually very helpful. Um, so he's the father of Frederick and Margaret. His wife's name could be Margaret as well. But we're going to look at names. So I have Anastasia, Bridget again, Frederick, Sylvester. See, Sylvester, Frederick Sylvester. That's not a normal name. So, and I have John's again, Florence, Edmund. Sylvester's not a very common name. So I am tending to think it might be that one that I found here, whose father's name was Sylvester. That was born 1805. So let's go back and search a little more. Okay, we're gonna go back. I search again. John Nash, Ireland. Not many Perkins here. I family member. Okay. Father Sylvester. Father's name is Nash. So I got Sylvester and Bridget there. That would be the right person. If I'm looking at names, basically names carrying down. So let's see. If he was born. Let's look at the records. Doesn't have anything. Okay. So John Nash, and we're going to look for his father in here. We're going to look at. We're going to go back to baptisms. Yeah, I'm still on a robot. And we're going to look at 1805 to 1809. We're going to look at all events. We're going to look at baptisms. And we're going to clear all fields. And we're going to actually nail things down. Dash. Actually, search. And this told me that one was in the Cathedral of St. Anne, Mary and St. Anne in Cork. Does it tell me which parish it's in? No. This is the baptism of Catherine Nash. Right, so that's not her look. One near each side. That's not finding it, but this has a record there. Cathedral St. Mary and St. Anne, Cork County. It's a nice looking church. Uh, of Cork and Ross. Okay. Okay. So let's see if we can find anything else. On Nash. Search. Why is that not finding it for me? Cork and Ross. Okay. Um, so if anybody's still there and you have a question, I'm actually going to wrap this up shortly, and I'm going to 1819. My other record said it was, I thought it said 1809 there. December 25th, 1809. Nash, very Nash. Okay, let's look at marriages. Here, so he was born 1809. Let's look at Sylvester. I wish they had the image there. I wish we had the image there. That would give me a good chance to see it. I'm wondering if it has it on Ancestry. I doubt it. Let's look though. I don't usually purchase things from the records, but I actually had a really good deal on the on Ancestry that they had it going on for $3. You get 1/4, so $1 a month. So I can actually try to do a lot of as much as I can. Okay, John Nash. Nope. Events. Any events. He's male. And focus on Ireland first. I'm going to assume he was baptized in the same year he was born, but um, I guess I could change the range because he was born in 1808. Okay, so let's. Birth, marriage, and death. Let's look at here. tells me I'm on the right path. And again, let's see if we can find them there. So this is 10th December 1810. So let's see if this record is viewable. I actually can find it. Let's St. Mary's, Clark City. That's what we have there. Yeah, it's really hard to read. Okay. I'm 9:30 and I'm struggling to find anything. So I might call it a night and we'll check up on that again and see where I'm at. Let's see what we got here. John. County and adjacent counties. Okay. So I do find it interesting that this one, it does give specifically in county there in 1809 on the 25th of December. Maybe I can search his mother. No. Ireland. Let's see what we have. gets to be frustrating. Um, Johannes, there you go, Limerick. Um, so you can see why it is so tough to find one North American record. So one North American record. Oh, interesting. Um, Boston to December 1810. Okay, let's end this again. So, birth baptisms, yeah. So the records of this say this was in Catholic Parish registers. This is frustrating. There we go. Okay. St. Mary's Limerick Church. Yeah. Let's try and narrow it down again if I can. I guess I should subtract there maybe. So that narrows down a little. But I could be looking in Scotland or in Nova Scotia for routers, and probably in this last hour, 40 minutes would have edited it one more time. Okay. Why is it bring it here? I'm going to try this one more time. Edit. We're going to make that exact. So it says it couldn't find anything there. So we're going to edit again. We're going to read the father. I'm going to search John Nash. Exactly at 1809. Edit. This is 14th of December, 1810. We were married. Let's edit. We forget about John. Nash. It really gets frustrating. Irish genealogy. I think that's what drove the Irish to drink. Nah, it was the bloody English. Yeah, I was online anyways. It was an hour and 45 minutes. 1809. July 1809. Sorted by date. James Nash. Only 18 hit. This is getting discouraging because it definitely on here tells me this record has John Nash. Okay, I'm going to give it I'm going to quit for the night. I'm going to continue probably searching. I'm just getting frustrated and probably not good for you to watch. Anyways, you guys have a great day. I usually do this, so I better not forget. Let's do the last call just in case there is any questions. I do want to give you guys a chance to ask because I have been pretty busy. So let's do the last call.
Last call!
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I need to announce it's last call at the bar.
Oh. Last call!
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I need to announce it's last call at the bar.
Oh.
Yeah, let's give that a try. Okay, let's give that a try again.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I need to announce it's last call at the bar.
Oh. Last call!
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I need to announce it's last call at the bar.
Oh.
Okay, guys, so this is your last chance to shoot me a question if you have one. If you're watching this live, if you have a question, you're watching this unlive, so afterwards, put it in the comments. And I'm going to give you a minute, and then I'm going to get out of here. Okay, 1, Mississippi. Might as well finish my glass. Okay, so I'm done. And on the vertical stream, I was muted all night. Well, that's great. Okay, have a great day, guys. And keep searching for your ancestors.